Welcome to Discovering. I had the opportunity to spend some time with Rustic furniture maker Wayne Groleau and get a look at some of his creations.
I didn't plan on doing what I do now, but I just sort of fell into it.
Then we're going bear hunting with Travis Smith and the Wheelin Sportsmen. Stick around, it's Monday night and time for Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill. The eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
The Upper Peninsula is home to many craftsmen of one type or another, and Rustic furniture maker Wayne Groleau near Manistique is no exception. I had the opportunity to spend some time with Wayne and get a tour of his shop and showroom.
Just about everyone can find this in the woods. It grows in the lowland, and it likes to be in the old ditches and everything along the old county roads, and you can find it quite readily. This piece here still has the bark on it, although I sanded the bark and it's smooth now, but it's just a dark brown color. And when you get finished with it and clean the pockets out, this sanded piece here is about what you'll have. And this one here is partially done with the nice pockets in it. The pockets are, they call it diamond willow. I guess it's just a common name for it, because a lot of it is shaped like a diamond. Usually when you clean these out, you'll get a little nice different color from the regular piece, and it sands out very well. You can clean it by hand or use your power tool too, which I have right over here. This is my own sander here. One drum will have an 80 grit and the other one has a 120 to smooth it off. This here, it has airbags in it, so it gives with the contour of the piece. You can do a lot with that. I use it for legs on a lot of pieces, different sizes. This one here has smaller pieces on it for legs, and I put the little braces in there too, and I cut those for the diamond willow. Here's a corner piece with cherry burl shells on it, and all the rest is more diamond willow. And then if you make a table, you can use a larger piece for table legs. I would say 3 to 4 inches in diameter. The cherry burls here you'll find them in the woods off of cherry trees, and they're out there too if you care to go in the woods and hunt for these things. And there's all different kinds of burls. There's cedar burls, maple, cherry, ironwood. This one here, this top here, that's a piece of yellow birch burl. And a lot of the burls have defects, but that's all a part of it. And you don't get too many that would be perfectly clear. They'll all have a crack or a defect, but that seems to go with it. And people, they seem to accept and like that part of it. This piece here is a piece of butternut wood from the Stonington Peninsula, and I'm putting together an end table for some people over at Curtis, and they want the pedestal bottoms on them, so they have some pieces of cherry. It's all cherry there. I'll put the diamond willow braces in there with that too when I finish it. I'm just partially through with that one now. This one here on the cart here is a sort of a personal project that I'm doing. I didn't want to cut this burl up from the way it was, cherry burl, and it was a little bit short, so I cut some layers of cedar in the bottom to extend the length of it, and I'm in the process of mortaring these Petoskey stones in there to go with the wood, and I have a hole down through it, so when it's standing up, it's going to be a lamp. It's a big, heavy piece, but I'm interested in it to give it a try. Here's a bowl, a rough bowl. I don't turn them on the lathe. It's a cherry burl with quite a bit of character to it. And to compare that, I haven't started making a bowl, but this is a bowl material here, and it just happens to be a piece of birch. And I think that'll make a nice bowl too. I've been a lot like a lot of other UP people working on construction. I guess I started in 1946 or something like that, and still trying. And I went for different kind of construction, like a lot of people, road construction, building, and then I did a lot of log work with the building, and I guess I didn't plan on doing what I do now, but I just sort of fell into it with the wood, getting the wood source, and then I would see different things that I didn't see before that I really liked the looks of after you would see the finished product on a lot of different things. So that really caught my eye, and I was, you like doing that. There's some pieces along with that can compare with the diamond willow if you have it in your area. This sumac bush, and we have property up at Lance there, and I happen to get this if it's dying, and you clean it off. It's light and seems to be durable, this sumac, and this is a piece here. I haven't sanded it yet, but when the color of the wood has a lot of character to it, like this one here. See, this one here would be large enough for leg material, and it's a neat wood also. So that's another type of wood that is very good. This is my little stockpile I have. When I have time and I sand and I put here, the pile was quite a bit larger, and I pick from it when I'm doing things. I'm running low on pieces right now that I need, and I'll have to do more. A good time to go in the woods looking for this is like November or December, before the snow gets too deep and you can still get around and the woods is clear and the leaves are gone, or in the early springtime. This is a piece of hard maple. It was from a root that was, it was out of the ground, and then it connected to the tree. So I sliced it. I thought it would make a good bench material. There's a couple, I have 2 or 3 of them here. If you hunt quite a bit for the diamond willow, you'll find these exotic pieces too. They have really a lot of character. You can make something that is nice to look at. They are a little bit harder to come by than the regular sheep. I got some patterns, and I do make the UP logo, and I like to do that. I use cedar mostly for that because it's nice and light and it's good to work with, and if somebody wants to leave it outside. That's curly maple in the rough there, and I think I can rip out some good pieces that has a good thickness to it. This piece here looks like what the outside of the framework will look when it's finished, and there's the other side of it. You can see with the fresh cut on the end grain here, it's a light color like the maple is when it's sanded off. The birch that's another wood. You can cut different sizes of that, and you can make many different things with it. And I put up this little teepee because I just like to look at it, and I like the wood so much. I just leave it here. I think it gives a good impression. Here's a good display of the way the Diamond willow really looks when you find it in the woods. Because I left these natural and they've been standing here for quite a number of years now. There's 6 of them here. So if you go looking, that's what it looks like. This is my stockyard here with different pieces. I bring logs in here and we get a band mill here and saw the pieces all up. I have quite an assortment of sizes and everything here to pick from, and I like that because you can be a little choosy then and pick the better ones. There's an awful lot of good pieces in here, and it's a whole conglomeration of pieces with burls and good slabs. There's just about everything in there, but there's many good pieces in there. There's probably enough material here to last somebody a lifetime. So in here we have more bowls. The dark ones here are all out of walnut. They're not burls, it's straight grain wood. And there's a bar stool there with a birch burl top on it. There's a table slab there with the curly maple pieces in it. These little stands here the legs are that diamond willow, and the top piece on that one is a hard maple burl, and the other one's a cherry burl. I got a complete bed here. This is the headboard, and that's behind it is the footer, and then I have the frame that goes with it also. The frame is just made out of cedar pieces, but this is all diamond willow. And there's some good pocket pieces in there. This one here is just a small board that I like the looks of curly maple with diamond willow legs that could set along a wall or behind a davenport, something like that if you want to set a few things on it. Down below it could be a small bench or you could use it as a coffee table. That's a piece of cedar with the diamond willow legs. Above it here is a piece of bird's eye maple with the diamond willow legs. This one here is a piece of walnut with pieces from the sumac bush on it. That's another piece of bird's eye with the diamond willow legs. This one over here is a piece of pine, and I inlaid slabs of a maple burl and a cherry burl and 2 small pieces of a cedar burl. And this here is this was a piece of the root of a big cedar tree I cut over at Rapid River, and I inlaid another piece of maple burl with a Petoskey stone. And then here's another small piece of UP logo out of cedar, 2 inches thick, and I just outlined the counties. Then I did quite a few of these coat hangers here with cherry burls, and the pegs here I happen to made them out of birch. Another one back here, a bigger, longer one, long piece with cherry burls on it. This here is a piece of spruce burl here, and there again, here's 4 legs, but it's on the bottom. It's just a 1 piece of sumac. So I thought that was pretty neat. So over here is a cedar table, 2 inches thick with diamond willow legs again. I make rough chairs. This one happens to be pretty rough out of a burl and different pieces of diamond willow, and the back has just got a piece of butternut. If you happen to go to Florida or someplace in the wintertime where there's shells, these are broken shells, and I inlaid those and epoxied over those, and there's a lot of smaller shells in there, but a lot of them are just broken pieces. This is another long walnut bowl that I made. Piece it's setting on is 2 pieces of maple that I made it for like a TV stand, diamond willow legs. And this is an assortment of different bowls that I have here. They're all bowls that I like, and I put all different kinds of stone in them with the Petoskey stones and agates and some small stones that I polish that could be small pieces of jewelry material. Here's one here from the copper country, I guess. It's got 2 different kinds of stone inlaid in it by itself with a piece of copper. So there's so many different things that you can do with the different kinds of wood and stones. So I'm trying to keep busy with my time, which is no problem. So you can get enough there to get your interest and occupy your time and enjoy it. And other people too. Once they see what you can make, they enjoy that also, and it makes you enjoy the UP that much more. If I sell something to somebody, I mean, that's worth half the price, you know what I mean? If they're happy, you don't want, if they go away happy, it makes you feel good. I'm getting up to an age now where, like a lot of people, you go from day to day and hope, and I'm in my upper 80s, so I guess you just got to try to feel good and do things. So I can't say too much more about it, I guess. So.
One of the first things to kick off the fall season is bear hunting. I had the chance to get out with Ken Buckles of the Wheelin Sportsmen, along with one anxious hunter, Travis Smith.
Well, you know, we haven't bear hunted for a few years. Down at Jay's Sporting Goods, and they're one of our big sponsors, and along with a bunch of others. But I stopped in there to say thank you for their donations and that. And they said, here, a disabled veteran stopped in there. He's got a tag he's got 13 points on his license. And he wants to donate it to somebody that takes out disabled hunters. So, matter of fact, that's Joe Rentz. He's in Escanaba right now. He came down, he's so excited and everything. So we transferred the tag to Travis. And here we are, to get the guys out with the Wheelin Sportsmen here. We haven't done it for a while. We got a couple other guys that are going out bear hunting too next week. Daryl Tatro's going out, and the following week, Billy Spirito. So we got 3 hunters this year, and there's a lot of bear this year and stuff. So hopefully we can be successful on all 3 hunts.
Well, we were wanted to come out and never been bear hunting before, so we'd like to try it. And Kenny set everything up for us, and we had a good time. We come out here and we sat and nothing was happening. All of a sudden the bear appears, and he did a little walk around, and he come into the bait, and Travis shot him. He was excited.
You know, you get them on the first night, it's just fantastic because it's a lot of sitting and stuff. And this one's in memory of my old buddy Tim Kavasic there too. We all sure missed him, and he was a big part of this. Yeah, I'd like to really thank all our sponsors. We have so many great sponsors here in the UP and down below and stuff. And just thank you for all our sponsors that makes this possible for us to get out with this good equipment and everything to help our disabled friends. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that helps the Wheelin Sportsmen. We really appreciate it. Look at that 6-point smile.
Yeah.
Big smile now. Look this way. Smile. Smile. Come on, Travis. Let's see a big smile, buddy. Bigger than that. Come on. There you go. You guys get in there too. Everybody get in here.
Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to check out 906outdoors.com, where you'll find the 906 fishing report, TV6 weather, shopping, and more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week right here on Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.